Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lindsay and I'm from the blog Books for Christian Girls, and I'm very excited about this video. If you have looked around on my channel, maybe you've watched some of my videos, you'll notice I don't really do book hauls. I've done maybe one book haul and maybe a couple library hauls, but that's really because I don't like promoting books I haven't already read. But this is different because I've read most of these books already. And I'm just so very excited to share about these. There's one I got from the publisher / author. I bought quite a few of these. Oops. I bought some with gift cards, and then I also received some as Christmas gifts. So, exciting things. Let's just go ahead and jump in because there's quite a few. There's about 30 roughly, so woo! So to start us off, 4 of the Camp Club Girl collections. So Kate by Janice Thompson, Sydney by Jean Fisher, Alexis by Erica Rogers, and then Mackenzie's by Sherry Barr. And I was not going to get these originally because I'm like, oh, it's just another Camp Club Girl collection. But it's not just another Camp Club Girl collection, y'all. So if you're familiar with this series, or maybe you're not, I'll give a little rundown. It is a middle grade mystery series for Christian young girls. Such a fun series. I've been reviewing them on my blog once a month, and I just think this is such a fun series, and I've loved it since the beginning of BFCG, and BFCG is almost 8 years old. So I just really enjoy this series, and I've always been looking for the last book from each girl. They're on Goodreads and Amazon and thrift books, but you can never buy them, and that's because they never went to print until these collection editions that came out last year for each girl. So there's 6 girls. I already own 2 of them. So I got the next 4, and I'm just so excited to finally read the last book for each girl. Like, I've been wanting to read them forever. One of the girls has a mermaid mystery in here, and that just sounds so fun. So yes, I'm very excited, but the only way you can read those books are through these collections. So I just went ahead and got them. You know what? Let's stick them up here. How about? Here we go. Kate's spine looks nice with the pink one, y'all say? Okay. Woo, next, where should we go? Okay, so I've technically read most of those, but like I said, there's one book in each. There's 4 books in each of those, and the last one I haven't read. So next, let's go on with a series I have read and talked about, I think, in our recent reads videos, which I'll link up here, and that is the Beakers series. This is technically mainstream / secular. There's no Christian content, but it is so clean, and I talked about this series, yeah, in the recent reads video, I believe it was. So I'll make sure to link that. And it was just such a pleasant series. I love experimenting with middle grade books because Mysterious Bank Society is one of my all-time favorite series by Chip and Leigh Stewart. I love that series so much. I've talked about it so much. I feel like I've talked about it a lot. Maybe I haven't. But I love that series, and so I'm always wanting to find new middle grade books that I really enjoyed, and most of the time I strike out. Like, most of the time I do. But this series, it went really well, and I was just so excited. So it is the Beakers of 141st Street by, what's her name? Karina Landglasser? I am terrible with names. I apologize. And then book 2 is The Beakers in the Hidden Garden. This was my favorite. The Beakers to the Rescue. And then the book that came out in the fall, The Beakers Lost and Found. And it sounds like there is going to be a 5th book. So I'm very excited. And we have just a simple book, but inside they've got the map of the area. And all throughout there's like illustrations and pictures that are just so cute and detailed. It's really such a precious series. Like, it's so refreshing to see a middle grade series with a happy, normal family. So, yes, I'm so excited to own these. Ta-da! I probably should switch this way since they're hardbacks. There we go. This is going to be really precarious already, I can tell. I did also get another trilogy that was middle grade secular mainstream, and I'd read book 1 and 2 and really enjoyed book 1, and I also had gotten book 3 and I hadn't read it, and when I finally read it they added some content in that I was not happy about, especially for a middle grade book. And I reviewed it on Goodreads, so you can look on Goodreads if you're curious to know what book that was. But I unhauled those. I just went ahead. I'm like, I'm not going to keep just book 1 when it's a trilogy, and book 3 was just disappointing. So, goodbye to that one. Alright, let's move on to historical, and then I have a lot of YA. I'm so excited. I love YA, contemporary YA, dystopian YA. I love it when it falls under the Christian umbrella. So I have a bunch of those. But first, let's go to historical fiction. Our Rumored Fortune by Joanna Davidson Politano. I have read this book. It is a historical mystery. Very fun. I read this, I believe, in my reading vlog from the libraries. All the library books. I read that then, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm so excited to own my own copy. Okay, and then A Life Once Dreamed by Rachel Fordham. I have not read this one yet. I hope to get to it very soon. I enjoyed the author's other 2 books, and she's got her next one releasing in July, which I talked about in, I think it was a couple videos ago, my anticipated reads for 2021. I'm so excited for that book, so I've got to read this one, and it looks so cute as well. There's a secret involved, and yes, I'm very excited. She's become an author that I watch out for when it comes to her books. So I have high hopes for that one. And then next is Across the Blue by Carrie Taransky, which, yes, I technically already own. But it's an advanced reader copy, and I really wanted a final copy. And Christian Book Distributors had it for like $6, and I'm sold. So it came home. Yay. Ta-da! It came home. I ordered it online and it came to my home. I guess that'd be the better way to put it, but yes, very excited. I love her books so much. Those are making me really nervous, y'all. How do normal booktubers do this? I never have book hauls where like I stack the books, but it's kind of fun. So next we have Grace and the Preacher by Kim Sawyer. This was a historical book, obviously, with one of my favorite tropes of a hidden identity. I love hidden identity plots so much, and it was very fun, very cute. I believe I also read this one in that library vlog as well. And then the last historical, I've read this one. This was actually on my Christmas list, and I was just so excited to unbox it and get it, and I'm just so excited. This was my only 5-star book of 2020. My only one, and I did a whole like 20-some video talking all about it, which I'll link up there again. I'm just linking all kinds of videos today, just in case you have time and you want to watch more videos. If you don't, that's fine. Add them to your watch later list. No. And I just adored this book so much. I've talked about it. Like, I don't know how to summarize it. Like, me doing a 20-minute video talking about it, that was as close, like, cut down as I could get. I don't know how to shorten it even more. It's fantastic. The faith content is wonderful. It's horseback librarian themed. Yeah, just really enjoyed it. I'm so excited to own this book. I'm gonna decide though. I feel like the spine should go with the purplies, but maybe it should go with the pinks. This is the one problem of the rainbow bookshelves, besides, like, you know, having to refind all your books. But I don't know what color it should go with. Moving on to YA, we're going to start another pile because I'm going to get too nervous. Let me scooch over, and alright. Here we go. We have Heart of a Royal by Hannah Curry, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. And I have not read this book. I've heard friends who really like it and friends who liked it. So I'm curious to see what I'll think about it. It is obviously a royalty book. It's young adult. From my understanding, it is Christian contented based. So I'm just really looking forward to this. And yeah, I love my contemporary YA books. So we have 2 books in the Trade Wind series by Taylor Bennett, Sandcastle Dreams and Barefoot Memories, book 2 and 3. And I really enjoyed Port Spring Girl when it came out. It had to be a couple of years ago. And I just haven't finished the rest of the series. Like, what's wrong with me? I need to. I really enjoyed that book. That was one of my favorite books of that year. I don't remember what year. 2017 is sticking out, but I feel like it wasn't 2017. Was it 2017? I'll link it again. But yes, I'm just so excited to read these. I think what I might do, though, is wait till the next book comes out. And then just reread all of, like, not reread all of them. Reread the first book, then read these and the new book when it comes out at some point. But I don't know when that will be, so let's see if I'm patient enough for that. And then the next book I have is also a contemporary YA Christian fiction, and that is Victoria Grace, The Jerkface by S.E. Clancy. I have read this book before. The author sent me an advanced reader copy ebook edition, and then once I posted my review, she let me know that some of the things I noted content-wise were not in the final copy. So I'd like to reread this one to see what thing, if anything else changed, and update my review that way. But it was really fun. I would put this in the style of maybe Jenny B. Jones' work, and Jenny B. Jones is kind of a guilty pleasure to me because I don't always enjoy the content of her books, but I love contemporary YA. I don't know what is it about that just makes my heart go, ooh! I don't know, but yes. So I have read that one. Then we have The Summer of Rice Candy by Debbie Viget. I'm not sure about that one. This is book 5 in the Sweet Seasons series. Book 1 is The Summer of Cotton Candy. I don't own that in the new edition. But The Summer of Cotton Candy, I really enjoy this series. It is such a fun, light-hearted Christian YA contemporary series. The whole series is just so fun. And the author later indie printed this book. And the only way I could find this book physically, in like physical format, was Barnes & Noble, which I thought was really interesting. Not Amazon or like Thrift Books or anybody else. No, Barnes & Noble, which I thought was really interesting because I can't remember the last time I ordered from Barnes & Noble. It's been a long time. So I got to use up a gift card I had, and I got this book. Woo! I'm so excited to read it and just see about how Candy's doing. So the next book was actually a recommendation from a couple of y'all, and that was because on Instagram I sent out, I need more contemporary YA Christian recommendations. And I've already read, like, you know, Erin Mangum, love her. Robin Jones Gunn, Melody Carlson, Jenny B. Jones. Like, I've read most of their books. I know of all of their books. So give me some new recommendations, please. And y'all gave me quite a few good ones. So I ordered a few, and I've added some to my TBR, and my library has a couple. So at some point, I plan to do a library book haul once I order some books and see what I think of them. I'm excited about that. One book that really stood out to me, though, was Seeing Voices by Olivia Smith, so I ordered it. I know a little bit about this book, but I don't really know a lot. I have friends who really enjoyed it, and, you know, I'm willing to try it, so I ordered it. This next series, I do not remember what video I talked about this first book about twinopathy by C.B. Cook. This is basically clean, it's not technically Christian, but it's clean superhero books, and I don't read anything like that, but I just really enjoyed this book, and so I also bought book number 2, Light Porter. I can't talk today. This is great. But yes, I ordered both of these. I think I'll reread this one before reading this one. They're pretty small. So, I mean, they're just really good reads, especially if you're doing like a readathon and need a challenge. Like to complete a little book challenge, I think these would work out well. So, yes, clean fiction with superheroes. Kind of fun. We're already in the final 5, y'all. So sad. Look at my stack growing, though. I'm so excited. Okay, next one is not historical, that's not right. A Christian YA dystopian book, I guess you could call it. And I've had this, full confession, I've had this book on my Kindle TBR for more than I care to admit. I just have the hardest time though reading dystopian or fantasy type books on Kindle. I don't know why. Like, I already have a hard enough time reading those in physical form typically, at least fantasy. So I've never gotten around reading it on Kindle, but I went ahead and ordered Counted Worthy by Leah E. Good. I've heard a lot of friends talk about this book years ago. I think it came out, 2014? Yeah, 2014. So I'm just excited to actually read it. I don't see really any Christian dystopian books or that kind of in time. I never see those published anymore. So I went back through my TBR trying to find, do I have any? And this one came up, so I ordered it. Next is a book I will be taking a chance on, and I hope I enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it. And that is Tainted by Morgan L. Bussey. I'm sorry. But I have heard... Wait, she's the one who did the other series, right? The one that Celestia is always talking about, and like everybody's always talking about. Isn't it? The dreams and the ravens and the... Oh, what's it called? I have a feeling some of y'all who know that series are currently yelling at me what the name of the series is. I wish I could hear you right now. The Ravenwood Saga. That was so simple, Lindsay. So yes, I've heard a lot of my sweet booktubing friends talk about this series, and I don't know if that one's quite my thing. Like, I do plan to try it. My library has them, so I do plan to at least try the first book, but full disclaimer, I don't know if it's going to be my thing. But this one is more steampunk and dystopian. Just steampunk, maybe? Maybe it's just steampunk. But it's got that vibe, and I've read a few steampunk books, and I love the concept of that genre. But the books I've read have never really been, I guess you could say, the best written. So I have hopes for this one, and I hope I enjoy it. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I hope I like it. And that is book 1 in the series, I believe. Next is a book I talked about, one of my anticipated reads. I don't know, y'all. I think I've run out of cards to link videos. But that is Emerald Illusion by J. Rhodes. I have not read this author before. I haven't had many friends talk about this book. I've seen a couple who enjoy it, but it's definitely like not maybe underrated, but just one you don't hear about much. So here we go, y'all. So this is, from my understanding, a Wizard of Oz retelling. And I think that's very fascinating. I'm not sure about Christian content. It's got the nods to C.S. Lewis, according to one reviewer. So I'm assuming it might have kind of that light allegory vibe. So here we go. Look at my beautiful stacks. Yeah, we still have 2 more. Alright, these next 2 books are going to be ones. If you are on the Christian Bookstagram community, then you probably know these 2. And the first one is Dust by Kara Swanson. Are we shocked? Has every Christian booktuber hauled this book yet? Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. We might have yet. So I've heard mixed reviews on this book. Some really liked it. Some thought it was a little too dark. Which, I mean, the Peter Pan story kind of is dark, though. Isn't it slightly dark? I don't know. I was going to read Peter Pan before I read this one. But then I saw reviews that's like, Peter's a brat. I'm like, maybe not. But this is a Peter Pan continuation. I think originally I've called this a retelling, but I believe it's a continuation kind of thing. So it's just set in the world. The second book will be coming out, I believe, later this year. But yes, I'm just excited to see what I think. From my understanding, there's not really any Christian content in it. But as long as it's clean and I like it, it will be okay that I paid quite a bit for this book. Hardbacks are so expensive. Why are hardbacks so expensive, y'all? And then the last book finally came in the mail yesterday, y'all. Not to be dramatic, but it felt like it took forever. And I was hoping I had read this book before filming this video, but no, I haven't read this book yet. And that is Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson. This is the start to her new series. It just released on the 5th of January. And I'm just so excited. Like, I'm so excited. I'm nervous because it's the start of a new series and I don't know these characters, so I kind of feel like I'm jumping in blindly, which is a very silly feeling because that's what you do at the start of any series. But you have to understand, Melanie Dickerson has written 11 books for her main series that we all know and love. So I'm a little nervous, and I've heard that it kind of feels younger than YA, so I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all, but I'm excited to read it. I hope to get to this one very soon, and hopefully by the time this video is up, or around the time this video is up, I will have a review of it. I plan to read this one very soon. Oh wait, I lied, there's a couple more books. Well, one more book and then a bookish item. So then earlier, I think it was November or December, I attended a Facebook party for the launch of this book, Pause for Reflection, 50 Devotionals for Dog Moms by Janice Thompson. I joined it and I won it and I was just so excited. It is absolutely adorable. She autographed it. It's just the cutest thing ever, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know how much my dog has my heart. Like, so much so, y'all. So much. Let me find. There is one quote in here I just loved. I'm currently reading this one. It is such a beautiful book. It's published by Dayspring. And I was just so impressed with how this book turned out. This is, here we go. It was me. I let the dogs out. Y'all, y'all, that's me. That is so me. Like, I love the illustrations in this. It is just so beautifully done. And it's got the little bit of like the gold foil effect on the cover. It's just so precious. And I was so excited to win this. So thank you to the author and the publisher. And yes, Facebook parties. Like, I have not been to a Facebook book release party in so long. Like, I used to go to them all the time, and I just haven't gone to one. And then I went to that one, and I'm like, oh yes, I remember how fun these were. So if you're still on Facebook, please do watch out for some of your authors' events if they have them. Some publishers do them now, not really the author, but sometimes the author does them. So the next one, this was a complete surprise to me, y'all. This is a bookish item. Confession, bookish item. So, my sister did really good with this, and it was a book light, and I have had so many book lights over my life. Like, I might only be 21, but I have had so many book lights over my life that have all died, like, quickly. But this one is rechargeable, y'all, with a little USB thingy. Like, oh, they have stepped up the game. That's the words I was looking for. And it's very soft, so it shouldn't damage the book too much. Like, I'm giving it a decent review, y'all. I'm giving it a good review. And, really cool, this is very bendy, and it doesn't feel like it's going to snap the more I play with it, so that's a nice feeling. And then it's a touch light. So we have, like, a yellowy, a bluish, like, you know, like that cool lighting, and then an in between the two. And it's all touch, power on, power off. Very impressed. I believe she got this one on Amazon, and it came with like the cord and everything, and I just thought this was a really fun thing to find in my stocking, and I was just very touched. So thank you, my dear sister. It's really nice feeling too. Like, it feels very well made, so I'm very excited about using it. So that is my book haul. And speaking of things I did want to share, because I have been asked on Instagram, this is still book related, y'all, so please don't click out just yet, but I have been asked, where do I buy my books? Because I know some people don't want to shop at Amazon or bigger stores, and that is completely up to you. You do whatever you feel comfortable with. Personally, I have been trying to be less dependent on Amazon myself. If you still shop at Amazon, I am not casting any judgment or blame or whatever words you want to call on that. I just personally know I have been way too dependent on Amazon, and that's not helped my whole getting patience thing where, like, oh, I can order this and get it in 2 days, yay! That's not really helping me be patient. I need to learn how to be patient better. So, especially when it's like items I don't need right away, like, yes, as a book lover, book reader, I feel like I should need these books, but in reality, I'm not going to get to them within the 2 days it coming. It can take a week for delivery, and I will be just fine. So I've just been trying to do more reasonable thinking, I guess you could say that. For me, is I don't want to be so dependent on things that feed the addiction of getting things right now. I don't know if that made any sense, and I hope nobody feels bad that I'm saying this because I don't mean it that way. I'm just saying for me personally. I've been trying to find other sources. There are some books that will just be available on Amazon, so yes, I will still order those when an author I love publishes a book on there and it's only available through them, then yes, I will order it. But I'm just trying to do better on supporting other businesses. And so I ordered books, all these books, okay, this one came from the publisher, the top one. This one came from the publisher. But then I also ordered from Barnes & Noble, which was the Summer of Rice Candy. And then Christian Book Distributors has pretty good prices. And I will link all these down below. But I ordered from Christian Book. They had Across the Blue by Carrie Taransky for $6, $7, $8, something like that bucks, and I was so excited. And they also had Court of Swans by Melanie Dickerson for cheaper than the normal price, so I was very excited about that. I also ordered a lot of these books from the website Alibrius. I know there's a proper way to say that, and that probably was not it, but I was very pleasantly surprised by that website, y'all. I was very pleasantly surprised, and quite a few of these not indie printed, but smaller publisher books I bought from there, and their prices were all pretty reasonable, and I was just very pleasantly surprised by it all. So I got a few, I did a slight order for Christmas, and then I also ordered some books later with a coupon, and I was very impressed with that. And then I also ordered from Baker Bookhouse, and that is connected to Bethany House and Revell. Those two publishers are under the umbrella Baker Books, and they have a ton of Christian fiction, not only from their own publishing houses, but from other ones like Thomas Nelson, Zondervan, etc., that they have for really good prices, especially for a lot of them being brand new. They also have used books, but I kind of just stuck with the new books because those were the ones I wanted, were the ones that were only available in new. And yes, I went kind of crazy on these book ordering websites. Wouldn't you say I did? So I'm very excited. I'm trying to think. On Baker Bookhouse, they even have pre-ordering certain books, and if it's their own books they published, I was very impressed with the prices, y'all. So if you're looking for more bookish places to buy, especially wanting to buy Christian fiction from Christian fiction companies or just Christian companies, I definitely recommend Baker Bookhouse and Christian Book Distributors. I was very impressed with both of them and how quickly things came, and just, yes, all of it. I was very impressed. So there we go, my book haul. And now will I do a book haul again in 4 years? Who knows? Because that was my second ever video, was a book haul video of so long ago. So long ago. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you've read any of these, especially the ones maybe I haven't read. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope I enjoyed them. And let me know if y'all received anything fun recently, either for the holidays or that you bought. Let me know. I would love to know. And as always, I'm Lindsay. That's a silly way to end this video. But yes, I'm Lindsay. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This little book haul got to be quite long, but I think this was really fun. I have not done a book haul in so long, so it was very refreshing to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Lindsay from the blog booksforchristiangirls.blogspot.com, where in 2021 there is a new review every Monday and Friday. I'm trying to do better on Instagram. I hope to post a new video on this channel every other Thursday. And yes, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!